Is your attorney being honest with you? Let's talk about it.
Hustle, hustle, hustle to that money. Double you talking about. Chips, then call him Mr. Ruffles you talking about. Whips, he get him by the bundles. RP, folding him when you need her. Talk to him. Hustle, 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 get that money.
Today I'm going to talk to you about probation violation cases and understanding what you are paying for. Recently, a potential client's family member reached out and they were wanting to hire me for a violation of probation. Turns out that about a year and a half ago, that defendant was placed on probation for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. His prior attorney actually did a good job. He got probation on something that requires normally a 3-year minimum mandatory. The defendant had just completed a little over a year of that probation. And then the defendant and his wife got into an argument and she called the police. You know where this is going, right? It's not good, guys. She told the police that her husband threatened her and that he had a gun. This incident, this new law violation, happened in another county. So the family hired another attorney for the new case. The wife wanted to hire me for the violation of probation, 2 different counties. As soon as I heard the story, I had to pause because I want to do the right thing by people. Even though she was the victim and she was wanting to help, she told me that they were going through hard times, that they were arguing. And my question to her was, what exactly did you tell the police? And she said, we got into an argument about money. He told me to be quiet. He grabbed his gun and he left. So he's on probation for a firearm. He's charged with the new crime of aggravated assault with a firearm. And when they hired the other attorney, that attorney's plan, which is a good plan, is to try to get that case dismissed, to try to get it no info, not filed by the state attorney. Let's say he's successful. And now I get the violation of probation. What's the prosecutor going to do? The prosecutor is going to look at that police report. Remember, in a violation of probation, you only have to prove 50.01% that it's likely that the defendant committed the crime, and he goes to where? Prison. Hearsay is admissible. She had been told, hey, don't show up to the violation of probation hearing. Attorneys shouldn't be telling victims, witnesses, something that is contrary to law. You don't want to do that for your bar license. You don't want this woman to end up in jail because she's kind of reneging on what she said about her husband. So I said to her, wait until the other case is either filed or not filed. If it is not filed, you have a chance. But here's the situation. We go to court. You're going to have a first hearing and possibly a final hearing. If you go to the VOP first hearing, that's where the state negotiates with you. Not say, hey, look, that case got dismissed. Hey, they're all good. But they go, we only have to prove, Roger, 50.01%. And we can convict your guy and send him to prison where we think he belongs, right? Because they're going to say that. So even if it's not filed, is he going to accept prison? Probably not. He's going to say, hey, Foley, that other case was dismissed. Why should I plead? Why should I plead guilty to a violation of probation and go to jail or prison when I already got the other case dismissed? Let's go forward. Let's do a final VOP. Okay, let's do that. Let's play it out. You go to a final VOP. It's like a mini trial. What's the state going to do? They're going to get the police report and they're going to call those police officers from the other county and they're going to subpoena the wife. Maybe the wife shows, maybe the wife doesn't show, but let's not even get to that yet. If the police officers show up, even though it's hearsay and I'm going to object, that information is going to be learned by the judge. It's allowed into evidence. We showed up. She called the 911 call. She said he had a gun. She was scared. She feared for her life, et cetera, et cetera. And that information comes in. Is that 50.01% that he's going to be found to have a willful violation? I think it is. And if he goes to a final violation of probation, now he's looking at 5 years. Or I can try to resolve it with the state attorney. And if I resolve it with the state attorney, maybe he does a year today, maybe he does 364 days. If I took the money as an attorney, I know in my heart of hearts, not with 100% certainty, but 99.9, regardless of what happens with the other case, he's going to be incarcerated. The prosecutor may drop it, but they may go forward. And if they go forward, the state kind of has a slam dunk case. Needless to say, I didn't take the $5,000. You know what happened? The case got filed and he went to prison. I saved that woman $5,000. Is your attorney honest? You tell me. Thanks for listening. I'm RP Foley.